Mind your motherfucking business. If you don't want to fucking, you know what I'm saying, speak on politics, say I don't. Stop speaking on another man. Mind your goddamn business. Ain't nobody tell you to say shit. LeBron ain't coming for you. LeBron ain't put your motherfucking name in his mouth. That's my problem with shit. I feel like as a world, we mind too many other people's business besides our own. Welcome back to the You Feel Me podcast. It's your boy Duffel. And today we're going to talk about a couple topics, but the first thing we wanted to do is kind of introduce ourselves. In episode 1, we never really discussed like who we are, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to spark it off. And my name is Keandre Tatum, but I go by Duffel. That's my gamer tag or whatever. And that's what I like to be called.
Boy, Walt rolled his eyes at that shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm left to say. But I go by Duffel, and I'm really big into video games. I'm a computer science major, so like I know a lot about computers. I love coding. That's my passion. That's what I do. I also like dabbling around with creating video games and things like that. I love making logos. I love just designing shit graphically. I do a lot of that stuff on the side. Like I made like all of this. I made my logos. I made this logo. I made a lot of logos in the past. Like I make everything. I don't buy nothing from nobody. And if you follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, @TwinAssassin_K on Twitch. And like if you see what I have over there, I made all of that stuff myself. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
My name is Jaroan Tatum. I'm Karen's twin brother, his older brother. I'm pretty much the same, like video games, gaming, heavy into anime, computer science major too. 24. Pretty much it about me. You can follow me on Twitter at Jaroan Tatum. That's below. Yeah.
I'm Wa. 24. I like video games. I like sports. I think we're all pretty much the same in that sense. We all like sports. We all like games.
Mm-hmm.
We all like anime. We game together every day. You know, this is our one break of the day for 1 hour where we do this. And that pretty much sums me up. I love my dog, Lita. I'll drop a picture sometime eventually. She was sleeping on the bed in the first episode. Y'all probably saw her. But yeah, that's me.
I'm Kenny Rogers. Can't give y'all my government. Can't trust y'all. I'm not as active as Karen. Yeah, I mean, I watch anime, I play games, I do some coding here and there, be chilling. In the sports, what else? See, when I thought we were introducing ourselves, I was really wondering, like, what was I gonna say? Like, how y'all grew up, you know what I mean? Like, what brought y'all to where y'all are now? And, like,
Okay.
I guess how y'all got introduced to each other. But, like...
Yeah, go ahead.
With the twins, I met them in, like, high school, but it was, like, sophomore year for me, freshman year for y'all.
I would say when we actually met, like I knew you in junior high, but like actually became friends was like high school.
It's always like know of you type of thing in junior high.
Oh yeah, because we're all from a really small town, so everybody knows everybody. You've probably seen everybody once, but first time I saw them, I just thought they were funny as hell, and wondered why they looked the same. At first, it was just I would see one, and then I'll see the other coming around another corner, so I was confused. I didn't realize they were twins. Shit was scary. With Wall, I've known him since 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade.
Something like that.
Know each other.
Yeah. Apparently, he was scared of me in 5th grade. I didn't understand why.
Yeah, the cornrows, bro. I know no better.
Yeah.
Oh, you had cornrows in 5th grade?
Yeah, cornrows.
Locked up, bro, with the dread.
Bro,
baby dread,
I cannot
bro.
see it, bro.
I want to see a picture. I did not know that. That shit's funny.
Cornrows,
used to be smooth, bro. Yep, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I used to route up Wall on the football field. He would run me over here and there in Oklahoma drills. But, yeah, I mean, that's really don't matter. I had the finesse. What else? What else am I thinking? I guess, like, how did y'all grow up before everybody met?
Well, I guess I'll talk about myself. So, like, me and my brother, we went to like a rival. We was originally from a rival town. You know, next to small town too, next to our, you know, the small town where we all met. But like, you know, growing up, we played soccer. Our parents was together when we were younger for the most part, but they ended up splitting up later, which like that's not really part of this because they didn't, you know, it's not my origin story. It didn't affect my origin story. But yeah, growing up, me and my brother, we played soccer a lot. We were fucking cold as shit at soccer. I was obviously better. And we got third in the tournament of champions of like a whole lot of teams when we were younger. Came back the next year, got our ass smacked, and yeah, that was the soccer phase. But I would say I don't know. That's pretty much it. Like we just played sports when we were younger. We were always pretty smart. You know, school came easy for us and everything like that. When we moved to, you know, a small town where we all met, like people thought we were weird at first because like we were black, but they said we didn't sound black, we didn't talk black, nothing like that. So like that was something I always heard. Like you sound white, you talk white. I never even said nigga. I didn't even know what nigga was back then. And then I started hearing
crazy.
it. Yeah, and like but yeah, I said
Said
dude,
dude.
and yep,
Yeah.
dude and man and shit like that.
Threw out a few gnarlies, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't say gnarly, but I will say this though, like ain't nothing wrong with that if you are like that, if you're black and you don't say nigga and everything like that, like ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people gonna call you square, but it is what it is.
I want a box though, so you know
And
it's all that matter.
I mean, I feel like we were all that way, really, though. Cause
yeah,
like, with me, I was like sheltered as a kid, but I was sheltered by hood people. So it was weird. Like I didn't get to do sports or nothing like that. But like I was always around my uncles, and they would just be fighting people. So if there was a kid there, I'd have to fight them. So I ain't know nothing but hood stuff.
that's actually hilarious. The funny thing is, I would say me and my brother was sheltered too. Like our parents didn't let us watch any like you know PG-13 to R movies. Like that's why we never saw none of the black movies. Like Friday, I didn't see that shit until like I was in high school. Like
Would
a lot of
never
black
seen
movies.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, never
Uh-huh.
seen
Yeah,
Boys in the
stuff like
Hood.
that.
See, my stuff was the exact opposite. I didn't see like other than like superhero movies. I didn't see any movies outside of black movies, like Dragon Ball Z, bro.
That's funny.
That's
Like that, but
crazy.
that shit that was like we watched cartoons, Dragon Ball Z. That's what really got us into anime, Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, like in music too. Like we never listened to really any music growing up other than like family reunion music. But like I didn't even start listening to music like to my own taste probably until I got to junior high. You know, and that's when I started listening to that shit and you know cussing and all of that. You know, fucking, sex, rapping,
Hey,
all
hold
that
on.
shit. You know, the music that's in the music, but and yeah, so get to junior high. That's when I like knew who Wall and Keandre were, but they were in the grade above us, above me and my brother. And back then, like you really didn't cross grade. You know, you didn't really have friends outside of, you know, your grade unless like you knew them in sports or
Right.
something and
Yeah.
things like that. But you know, seventh grade, eighth grade, like you know, y'all don't play the same sports. Like y'all be at track meets together, but other than that, it's like you really still don't hang out with them. And
Yeah.
then high school, uh, my sophomore year. Was it my sophomore year when I really got close with you, Wall? Or was it my
Yeah.
junior year?
Football, I think. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but the crazy part, one thing I want to mention, Wall was cold as fuck in high school, and he didn't play sports until he was in seventh grade. But he was cold as fuck when he got to high school, just smart as fuck. He was our free safety, great ass free safety. I was a corner. You came my way, I was lock your ass up. My senior year though, my junior year you could have called me lacking, but my senior year, yeah, it wasn't none of that shit. Um, but yeah, that's the origin story. Oh, one other thing too is my villain origin story is motherfuckers who question my character was on bullshit and acting like I wasn't that nigga and acting like I was mean and shit. AKA
Redacted.
she was on some bullshit. And I'm
Bro,
gonna
no
just
brain,
Redacted.
so
bro.
if I become a villain, just know, just know,
Redacted.
Do with you, bro.
hey, bro, that she
Bro,
is
you
my
Oh,
origin
skip
dude.
story.
you skip one of the major things that happened to us when we was younger.
What?
When we first moved to Manhattan, since we went to school, shit, I said where we was from. It don't matter. When we went to when we first went to Manhattan, um, people from Manhattan didn't like us because we went to school in Fairfield.
Oh yeah, that
Remember?
is true.
And then we played sports like little dribblers and all that type of shit. So like we played against them, and you know you don't really, I mean, the shit get heated or whatever. So when we first came to Mahel, like older people, like we was cool with everybody in our grade, but like the people we played against that was older than us, like they were good at
That's
basketball and stuff like
stupid.
that. They tried to bully us, and I guess they thought since we
Tried,
went
nigga,
to
they did. I'm not even gonna lie, nigga. We got
No,
bullied. It's
but
just that's the
what
fact.
I mean by try is like we ain't cry no shit like that. Like we took the you know what I'm saying, the hits on the chin type shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like it was never really no physical fighting, but like you know what I'm saying, they was like, but it was all bigger than us, so it was like we were little as shit, like small as shit compared to them when we were younger. But
And they don't fight them niggas except one of them. He
yeah.
have it.
yeah, so
Yeah, I
like
know what I'm talking about.
I guess
That's
we
funny.
became like really good friends with most of those guys.
Yeah.
I guess because they earned their respect because
But
like
that's
we
the
didn't
thing.
give a fuck about what the fuck they was trying to do. Like it wasn't gonna be
Yeah.
no like pushover type shit. Like if I get my ass whooped, this is gonna happen again tomorrow, day after that, day after that, because you ain't finna fuck with me or bully me or no shit like that. But that was like something I was, I guess, kind of developed me into the person I am now. Like I'm real, like I don't really give a fuck about a lot of shit. Like I'm very much so like not much shit can bother me in my life. Like can't really bother me. I don't get down about a lot of shit. So I guess that might be where they came from. Pretty much my origin story is the same as my brother's, pretty much.
I keep saying origin story like y'all in the anime, bro.
Yes, sir, nigga.
It is.
That's what I'm
Boy,
saying,
kinda
bro.
powerful.
If I'm that nigga that was always the good guy, but then when he snapped, I kill everybody. That's me. So I'm just saying, hey, if you on my shit list in my origin story, bro,
This is
and I got some
documented,
people,
bro.
hey, it is what it is.
That's premeditated now, bro.
I ain't gonna hide it, bro. Like I told y'all, bro. If I'm gonna be a villain, nigga, I'm gonna be a villain the right way, nigga. The right motherfucking way.
For sure.
But,
But yeah, so in my memoirs, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's gonna come up in my memoirs later down the life. You know what I'm saying? When I write my life
another thing
story.
I do want to mention before we head on is like the whole bullying thing. Like I feel like also because we wanted to be their friend. Like we played sports with them, we thought they were cool. Some of them I looked up to because they was good as shit at sports and everything like that. So like we wanted to fit in type shit. But what I will say is fuck that shit. Fuck fitting in, nigga. Fuck them. If you got niggas that don't want to fuck with you, fuck them straight up. You don't give a fuck about what they think because that's kind of how we earned their respect. Which I didn't give a fuck when I did, but like. Just not giving a fuck about what they think, not looking up to them, not caring about them, you know what I'm saying? Just doing me. And that's what I recommend to anybody that's watching this, that you want to fit in, fuck fitting in, bro, just do you. Because at the end of the day, you ain't never going to have no real friendships if all you got to do it, if you're not being yourself. If you're not being you know what I'm saying, that shit going to get tiresome. You can't do it at all times, either way it go. The real you going to come out, so you might as well be you. And, yeah.
But getting back to how I met Wall and Keandre, I met Wall pretty much through my brother because they were closer through football because my brother was on varsity as a sophomore.
Junior. Junior is really when me and Wall got close, my junior year. Because I was on varsity just for one game my sophomore year.
Yeah. And then Keandre was pretty much the same way through track because my brother was really good at track. So I kind of met both of them, I guess, through him. And then like gaming and stuff like that every day, pretty much when we got in college was like, I guess what made us really close.
Speaking of that, my freshman year with Keandre, was that when we went to regionals? Where we went
about Humble?
Yeah, Humble, yes. And fucking we saw Brittany Griner. And this nigga Keandre funny as shit. He was like, Brittany.
I didn't want to talk to her, bro.
That shit was fucking hilarious, bro.
Whatever.
Anyways, bro. I remember fucking this day. I was hanging out with Keandre the whole time because he was the only one that was nice to me for the most part. And this day Keandre with his whole ass, he went to some other niggas' rooms and they wouldn't let me in there. This day Keandre just went in without me.
I mean, I didn't know what to do for you at the time, bro.
I hate that for you.
I feel like the bullying in track was different though, because they'll fuck with you and they'll beat your ass on the bus while still fucking with you.
I ain't gonna lie though, they did fuck with me until they was doing bad shit and they didn't want me to see the bad shit, so they wouldn't let me in the room. I don't know what the fuck they done. Crazy story though. I don't know if you remember this, Keandre, but do you remember those people that was skinny dipping
in the hot tub?
Yes, bro.
Yes, sir.
So I wake up at like 3:00 and I'm going to get something to drink because we didn't have shit in our room, so I'm going to a vending machine. And I walk out the door and all I see this bitch in a bikini, well, the bottoms, but her titties just out. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? Am I dreaming? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep walking. So I keep walking. I walk by the pool. There's niggas and bitches in there just skinny dipping, fucking titties out, ass out, pussy out, nigga dick out, all that shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, they letting this shit fly? Because, like, the way it was, like, the pool was so close to the lobby. Like it's like how does the people that work there not fucking see that shit? But anyway, I just thought that was fucking some wild ass shit.
And Coach Redacted clapping cheeks in the hotel room the whole time.
Wait, what?
Coach Redacted, man.
I didn't know that.
You remember his girl came through. He was working.
Oh, you
You like that one?
right. You
Like that Redacted, bro?
right. You right. You
Advertisers
talking about the
right
black
here.
redacted, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his wife was fine too.
Bald
She
head
was
Redacted.
fine. I don't see how he got her. I just don't
Game,
see it.
bro.
She was fine and he was no.
He
But
whispered the fuck out of her, bro.
Yeah, I guess so. Definitely guess so.
That boy can whisper game into anybody.
Yeah.
But back to my junior year though, yeah, that's when me and Wall got close because we was fucking scout team superstars. So we would fucking
Oh
play
my God.
we would play offense. We would play the team we're finna play's offense against was it JV? Yeah, JV.
Yeah, because we
defense.
both played straight defense only
Yeah.
on varsity, so we did scout team offense.
Yeah, and we would kill they motherfucking ass. Like,
Kill them,
just
and
kill 'em,
we would
bro.
roast them too.
Yep, talk
We would
shit,
roast
all of
them.
that. Was on that motherfucking ass. So yeah, that's when me and Wall got close. Cause like shit, like I said, like it's crazy how Wall really didn't play, and especially football. Like didn't really play football growing up, and then how good he was, his senior year. Like it was fucking crazy. But yeah, that's and then like I would say like in college, I probably Wall's sophomore year in college and our freshman year in college was really like we really got close because we played video games like all the fucking time and it started with wasn't it PUBG? PUBG was the
Oh,
first
gee,
one.
yeah. I was trying to track down because I know it's through Twitter. Like we played football together and whatever, but after I graduated, it was just me and Keandre because me and Keandre went to school together, to college, and we just kind of like we were chilling. I personally didn't really interact with anyone back home, and then I was just on Twitter one day, and like you said, sophomore year, you and Jaron were like playing games. I think you started streaming around that time, and I was like, I found it eventually. I was like, hey, let me get in on that or something, and from then we ran
It was
PUBG all the time.
wait, was PUBG before or after 7-on-7? Remember 7-on-7? We did 7-on-7 in that
It was
little league.
before.
Remember? Was it
It was
before?
before.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
before.
Yeah,
Because
it
then
was
that was
before.
when we were on the division.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
Cause we were
and right
fucking,
after that
we were
7-on-7
fucking
game, we was
building
gonna only
up
play
for the
division.
game all day.
Yep, and after. And after.
Yeah,
Bro,
after.
I remember finishing the game. Hey, y'all go beyond Dark Zone,
Yeah.
Dark Zone 5.
I remember
Oh man.
some of the 7-on-7 people went to go hang out somewhere after that. They was like, "You coming?" I'm like, "Nah, I gotta get on these games." But, yeah, that shit. And then probably I would say probably like a couple months later, that's where Keandre hopped on with us on video games.
Yeah, my
and
toaster,
shit.
bro.
Bro, oh
I get on
my
PUBG and I'd
gosh.
only move every 3 feet.
I
Bro.
remember that, bro. I wonder if I got a video of that on my
I was
YouTube.
fucking teleporting, bro.
I remember we were four stacking and we were playing, and Keandre was like,
Yeah.
this shit's, I can't do nothing. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? I came outside, bro. He was playing Minecraft, bro. It was Minecraft.
I ain't had a setup yet, bro. I was just playing what I had.
Well, Keandre, what's the first game we played together like super hard? What was the first game? Was it? I can't think of
don't
what it
know.
was.
Maybe Warzone, because everything else I would come in and play for a little bit and then disappear.
That is
Yeah,
true. It had to be Warzone.
You weren't really into battle royales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't like Fortnite. And then
Yeah.
Apex, I got tired of getting my ass beat.
Apex, and it was 3-man, right? So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big Steam, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's always
I would
hard.
fill in, come off the bench every once in a while, drop 2 kills, get carried.
That shit funny. But yeah, I think that's a lot about us, how we met and everything like that. Like I said, we real close, been friends for.
Damn,
a
you didn't even
while.
let Walt talk, bro. Walt didn't even get his origin story off.
I didn't. Wow, what's your origin story? Give me an
That's
origin
Toby
story.
Maguire right there, bro.
I'll just keep it short and sweet. I was born in a big city. Actually, I was born in Austin, and then I moved to the small town we grew up in. Like everyone else, I was super sheltered, but not by hood people. By stereotypical, Asians from across the ocean. So school was a big thing. We spent most of our time studying in our spare time. You guys talk about watching Dragon Ball Z and stuff when you were kids. we had like 10 channels because my mom thought it was bad for us to have access to cable. So I watched a lot of Arthur and Baxter, um, and what's that? Mr. Rogers. I watched a lot of that up until like my teenage years. Like that's actually all I could watch. But anyways, yeah, super sheltered. Didn't really play sports until uh 7th grade, and that was only because Keandre and our other friend Christian made me. I didn't plan on it, and I was pretty cheeks in 7th grade, but slowly got a little bit better. At least as good as everyone else. I was as good as everyone else in the grade, um, pretty quickly. And once I moved to the small town, I actually was pretty bad at school in Austin. Looking at my old report cards, I almost failed like a lot of the standardized testing we had in Texas. But I just hit a stride or something in Mahia, and I got decent grades. And
It's the water,
uh,
bro.
yeah, it must have been the water or something.
You in the
Um,
fucking valedictorian, bruh.
yeah,
Decent, nigga. You was our the valedictorian of your
Bro,
fucking class.
Yo
Talk your
Ain't
shit.
And the
bro,
crazy
yo
part is he
fucking
was
like
valedictorian and 1 through 5 because he pulled 1 through
Yeah.
5 with him.
that shit funny as hell. But the crazy part is like, nigga, how you go from like average to fucking extraordinary?
I don't know. I don't
That
know.
shit crazy.
I,
Like,
I, I don't know if it was like not understanding instructions or something, but I was making like 70s on all my tests and stuff. I had good report cards, but 70s. I had some C's and B's, and then Mahia or oops, uh, yeah,
Redacted. Redacted,
redacted. You
Redacted
know,
Texas, bro.
I just hit my stride, and it was all A's from there, pretty much for the most part.
that's
Um,
wild to me.
yeah, yeah,
But not
yeah,
like not even just school, bro. Like just thinking about like sports too, bro. Like how in both of those aspects, like you was, at the C level, which is what average. Then you go to fucking
yeah.
extraordinary in
Mediocre.
both. Like that's fucking insane.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. It's like, at least in sports, it's weird. A lot of people in sports, when you're kids, it's like they like acting lazy. Being lazy is cool. Like, everyone wants to slouch and, like, walk and shit. And I guess I never really fed into that until my senior year, when I was just tired of the shit, honestly. So I think that's what really helped me catch up a lot. Um, and I mean, if you enjoy something, you work at it, whatever. It's not that hard to catch a football, so it just kind of came.
That's
But
wild.
yeah,
Coming from where you came from and niggas play their whole life and still ass. Like, nah, bro.
yeah,
It's
I
some
know.
niggas got it and some niggas don't, bro. It's just that simple, bro. And you got it. And some niggas don't.
Uh,
It's that
I
simple.
always felt bad for the niggas that was practicing after practice. Fucking doing
Redacted, man.
yeah,
Redacted.
redacted hitting his routes every day, bro.
He couldn't mess with me, man. I don't know why he got more respect than me, but couldn't mess with me. That's another story.
That's definitely
Bruh.
another story.
Hey, nigga, that's my villain origin story, bruh. Sports is definitely my villain origin story,
Yeah,
bro. Like
for sure, dude. For
just
Hey,
sure.
Jeremy, your camera
I'm
down
like
some.
I need to sit up. I'm like 5'6", right? So for people that don't know,
Fuck
five
off.
six. Anyway,
Three.
motherfucker. But I was always
Damn.
shorter than most people in my class, right? But I was always like, it wasn't nobody on my team that could catch better than me, run routes better than me, nobody. And just like people, they got put ahead because they were bigger and all that type of stuff. It was just like that's my villain origin story. That is definitely is just like getting passed over sometimes until my senior year. And then you know what I'm saying, every time you touch the ball is a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Every time I touch the ball, touchdown. How that work? How
That
that
is
work?
true.
But you know,
And one last thing though before we
it is what
move
it
on to
is.
our next topic is I never forget this nigga Wall said because Wall was the type to like I didn't tackle. I hated fucking tackling. I would do it, but I'm not the type to fucking tackle. Fuck that shit. I'd rather cover, pick the ball up, take it to your mama house. But tackling ain't me. And I remember during the game, Wall gets a
Scrimmage.
tackle.
Yep. Mhm.
Is it scrimmage you got to tackle?
It was a scrimmage, but we were playing like real quarters.
Okay, yeah. And this nigga Wall said, he said, just get ran over. Nigga, what?
If you make the tackle,
about?
it doesn't matter.
Nah, fuck that, bro. You ain't gonna run me over. This nigga Wall said, just get ran over. Hell no. No.
I was.
No.
It didn't, bro. It didn't matter who. My senior year, it didn't matter who we were going against. I'll never forget in playoffs, the one playoff game we played. and they threw it to a tight end over the middle. He was like 6'6", 250. I fucking boom! I just tried to hit him as hard as I could, and I felt like every game it was like that because I'm only 5'6", so
Yeah,
it
Five,
was rough
five,
out there.
seven, five,
Wall
eight.
would tackle
You a little bit taller
anybody.
than me.
If I'm not
Smooth.
mistaken, bro, you probably had, if not the most, the second most tackles on our team. Probably the most though. Probably the
Yeah.
most.
See how you
Tackles on
dropped
our
that stat
team.
in real nonchalant, bro.
That's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
the most.
Because
Yeah.
Because
Had the
me and
most.
Redacted were competing because he was a freshman, he was starting linebacker, and we would always talk shit to each other, poke at each other about trying to lead the team in tackles.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But yeah, that nigga was like getting ran over, and but I did get ran over one time. It was horrible.
Like, just hold on to the legs. You good?
I remember
Yeah.
that game.
Redacted let me get fucking ran over. Shit. I'll never forget that shit. I ain't never gonna forget that shit, bro. And it looked horrible on film too. It looked horrible on film. But moving on. Let's anybody else got something to add?
I feel like we should title this episode "Redacted."
No, I'm good with that.
That's all I got.
Redacted.
Go ahead, put that
But,
shit in brackets.
Moving on, we want to discuss the whole situation between LeBron James and say his name,
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan. So if y'all don't know, my brother explained. Basically, they kind of like, I won't say they picked at each other, but they kind of like had a little words for each other based on Zlatan saying something about LeBron and politics. But I'll let Jaron quote what Zlatan said.
Basically, before I say exactly what he said, basically the summary is Zlatan basically said that he doesn't like when like public figures or sports stars or something like that talk about politics. Like he was like they should just stick to doing what they're doing and not politics. So he said, I like James a lot. He's phenomenal what he's doing, but I don't like when people with the status speak about politics. Do what you're good at doing it. You're good at doing. I play football because I'm the best at playing football. I'm no politician. If I'd been a politician, I would be doing politics. Then he said, this is the first mistake famous people do when they become famous. For me, it's better to avoid certain topics and do what you're doing. Otherwise, you risk doing something wrongly. That's what he said.
So yeah, and basically LeBron kind of came back with him and basically said like, I only speak on things I'm educated on, so that's why like you can't really come at me because it's not like I'm talking like out my ass. But before I comment on it, me, Jerry, and Wall kind of discussed it a little bit before, but I want to get Keandre's take. So Keandre, what you think about that?
I don't like it because it's kind of like that the shut up and play ball stuff that people were telling LeBron before. But I can. I guess I see both sides of it because for Zlatan, it's like he doesn't want to speak about something he doesn't have all the information in because that's where a lot of people make a mistake. We saw with the situation with LeBron and China, with that whole situation where he did the whole little mentally, physically, financially quote. But
that boy made a business decision. Goddamn.
yeah.
That word.
I guess I feel like it's dumb, like because politics affect everyone in the country, everyone in the world, pretty much. So for you to not be able to speak on it on what you see is like wasting your position, I would say.
And two things I want to say before I can move on to the next person is it's funny you said the thing about the shut up and dribble because when LeBron responded, he kind of made a joke about that. He was like, he started laughing. It's like, I won't shut up and dribble, which is that shit was just fucking stupid. And my thing with that is that's pure racism with that stupid bitch that said that shit. Because if you look at what she said about Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? It's not shut up and dribble or shut up and throw the football, whatever. And she would have stood her ground and said, nah, Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? You need to shut up and throw the football. If she'd have said that, I still think her statement was ignorant, but at the same time, I wouldn't have had no real like, oh, I feel like she racist because she kept the same energy. But that's pure racism with that. But that's another story. But I just wanted to mention that. That's what LeBron kind of fired back with. But Walt, what you think about the situation?
Like Keandre said, I can see both sides. For both people, like Zlatan, I get his point with like, because in the Philippines, I think like Manny Pacquiao is he has high like political status there. I think he actually does delve into politics, but there are like some people in that country and I think other countries who basically get put in those positions because of their fame. And so, like, if you don't really know what you're doing, i.e., like our last president, I mean, like, he wasn't a politician before. That can be kind of dangerous. So I see his point, but I think like he came from the wrong person. Like, I think LeBron's not dumb. Like, he has a team who can research for him. He does his own research, like he mentioned. I will say though that it's kind of hypocritical when he says, "At the end of the day, I will never shut up about things that are wrong."
Yes.
Yeah, I have not heard anything
China.
about the Muslims in China. I haven't
Mhm.
heard anything about China since the whole emotionally, financially, all that. And if he were to come out and say, well, he's never gonna come out and say, I need my money. If he came out and said that, I'll be like, you kept it real. Like, that's fair game. But the fact that he kind of like he sounds a little bit hypocritical in that sense, that kind of bugs me. But I mean, I agree with him. Like, you know, his he stands up for his people, and that's a good thing. Like he said, he's the voice for 300 kids back home. Like that's big. I don't think he should relent from that perspective.
One thing with the Muslim thing in China, though, I feel like a lot of people are not educated on that situation. Like, I can see him not being educated on that situation just because there's no conversation around it, really. But yeah, like you said, LeBron has a team. I'm
He
sure they
is
have people working around the clock telling
so
him
yeah,
information going on. So yeah, I can see
and
it.
when it happened, and then like so he's aware of it at that point. He might not know the details, but he knows there is a situation with Muslims in China. He I'm almost certain that from that point he learned some more about it, whether
Yeah,
intentionally, unintentionally. He learned some more details, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that's wrong. And that's all my point is.
yeah.
But
for
I mean,
sure.
I understand. I understand. He's a business. He's a
I mean, it's
brand.
crazy. I feel like no one's talking about that really, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
it's
I
crazy
agree.
how much money can stop you from talking about situations like that.
Ooh
Yeah,
For
wee! Look
sure.
what money make a bitch do. Wise man once said that.
facts.
That's fact.
Facts.
But
But one thing that LeBron did say, he said that uh Zlatan a couple years ago also kind of stood up for racism in his own light when he said that his last name means a certain thing, and that on the pitch that people would basically on the field people would like use racial slurs towards him because of his last name type shit. So I mean, if you speak out about that, that's the same thing.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
one thing I feel like Zlatan wouldn't have got like chastised for or whatever if he would have never called out LeBron and just said that about himself or what he thought. Cool, whatever. But calling out LeBron to me was like, bro, you can't do that. You can't call him out because one, to be black in America is political. Like
Yeah.
it's
that's
not
just
Mhm.
though.
simple.
It's not.
Well, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it
We kind of forced to be
yeah.
political.
Oh,
For
you're
instance,
forced.
At,
But it's the
at
thing
yeah,
least
though.
that's the picture that's painted.
yes, pretty much. Like
I agree.
you're
I
never
agree.
gonna no matter if you're the richest person in the world or anything, you're still black. You know what I mean? Like that's an identity for some people. That's all they see. And that's political. Like that's just political.
Oh,
It's
I
about
agree with what Wall said. I think that's what the world sees. But as far as like me thinking it's political, no, I don't agree with that. I feel like
I know. I'm just saying
the
what the
world don't
world.
really know what politics is. Because like I was saying,
Yeah,
if you look up by definition, politics is two or more parties trying to engage in dialogue and laws, rules, whatever to benefit their party individually. But being black, whether is if you're black or not, that's not political because we don't gain shit. We no matter if fucking you know in our statute, Democrats or Republicans more so than not. No matter who's in power, it don't make the black people's lives worse or better. Shit, racism still gonna be there. Cops
Well,
still gonna do what the fuck they do. All of that shit. So I feel like you can't really put BLM and all that shit in a political light. Like that's the thing
it's
that I hate that
not.
people
see,
do.
I think the
Yeah, it's
definition you just
not.
used right
But
there is it a good example of that? Because, like you said, it's a discussion between two or more parties. Like, it's always a constant discussion between black people and the government, or black people and their city representation, or whatever, to help fund this school district or
I
help
agree with that.
fund these kids, or like, what are y'all doing for us? It's just that they don't care. So it's political.
Hmm.
It's just minor to
I,
the
I don't
world.
agree because I feel like you have to be on the same level for something to be political. We're just grasping at trying to get equality, and then once we get equality, we can get into the political aspect. But we're not even on the ground for it to be
Yeah.
political. We don't gain shit.
But I think you're
No, we're
looking
saying
at
the
it
same
from
thing.
you're looking at
Yeah.
it from what it should be, but that's just not the
I
reality.
know.
we live in.
That's what I'm saying. I know
Yeah.
the way the picture that the world
Mhm.
paints the picture. I understand that, but I'm just saying that's not how
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah, but
But
back
continue.
to back to what I was saying. So, yeah. So I just think that I understood where
Bless
Zlatan
you.
was coming from, but I feel like you can't come at LeBron like that. And also, like somebody said on Twitter, I saw, you're not black. Like, they make it political for us, so that's something that you should never. One person you could never call out. One race you could never call out. I mean, this is the way they make it for us. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
I think
yeah.
that's
So,
interesting too because there's a soccer player. His name is Mesut Ozil, and he played for Germany. But he's Turkish. So like, there's a lot of like soccer players who their nationality might be, for example, they might have U.S. citizenship, but they're actually German. Like some people
Mhm.
play on a U.S. team, they don't speak English at all.
Yeah.
Like all they
Mhm.
speak is German. And so Ozil is Turkish, but I guess he's a citizen of Germany, so he played with Germany, and they never accepted him. Like
Mhm.
German fans never truly accepted him, and it got to the point where he quit because he felt kind of like ostracized, not only by the fans, but like I think the coaches too. Um,
Mhm.
they never treated him like a real German. And the reason I bring that up is because Ibrahimovic, if you he plays for Sweden. He played for Sweden before he retired. But Ibrahimovic is not a Swedish last name, right? Like
Mhm.
obviously he's not naturally born Swedish, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. So I'm sure like he's dealt with that too.
Hmm.
He
Yeah,
might have
but
gotten
he came
cast
out and
because he's
said
one of
that.
the best.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think that goes on with
It's
soccer a
like
lot though, like depending on where you're actually from, because like the Belgian dude, the black dude, what's his name? Cole,
Kaku.
Lukaku. Yeah, like a lot of stories came out about him with how he dealt with how Belgian people treated him. I think
Yeah,
that's like it's crazy to say, but that's like everywhere in soccer,
yeah.
like
Which it's like it feels like it sounds like that's the perspective LeBron has with black people in America. You know what I mean? The same perspective Ozil has on his status with Germany, and Ibrahimovic likely with Sweden. So it's very interesting to me that um, Ibra had not super positive words, I guess, for LeBron in that case. That
Mhm.
just an interesting tidbit that I thought of.
But that's my thing too. It seems like he has some intelligence to him. So you would
Oh,
think
for
that he
sure.
would
he's a
come
smart
down
dude.
to that same clue that you came
Realis-
down to. Huh?
Realization. Yeah.
Yeah,
Realization.
like
Like
that.
basically. Yeah.
Yes, that me and LeBron go through the same shit. We done fought for the same shit of our respective races and cultures. So if
Right.
anything, that's to me, it's like it seems like there's more hate, and I'm hating on this nigga, hating on LeBron rather than actually giving a fuck about what I'm talking about. Because how
Right.
can you argue? How can you go against something that you done already argued? Like that makes zero sense. So I'm saying
I
he
think
Right.
ain't
that
do his research, and maybe he's right. Maybe that's why he should stay out of politics and everything because he doesn't do his research. And another thing too,
Mhm.
that comes to my point. Mind your motherfucking business. If you don't want to fucking, speak on politics, say I don't. Stop speaking on another man. Mind your
yeah.
goddamn business. Ain't nobody tell you to say shit. LeBron ain't coming for you. LeBron ain't put your motherfucking name in his mouth. That's my problem with shit. I feel like as a world, we mind too many other people's business besides our own. We worry about other motherfuckers besides our own. Now, one thing I will say, and I do agree with, if you're not educated on a topic, you do not need to speak out. If you're gonna say some stupid shit, you do not need to speak out. My case in point, that Wakanda shit that T.I. was talking about, that shit was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, bro, you're not making the situation better with that dumbass shit you talking about. I don't know what he thought was going, where he was gonna go, or who was gonna be, you know, I don't know, influenced or motivated by that stupid ass speech he gave. But that shit was just fucking stupid. Like I
No, when
don't,
you speak that exquisitely, you know what I mean.
nah,
You
fuck that
gotta
shit.
follow.
That shit was just dumb. Like when that whole shit went down, the Black Lives Matter movement, and all of the protests, a lot of black people, well, not a lot, but one too many black people spoke out that should have just not said anything. And that's why I was mad about, the whole situation between, I think it was her and J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? She was saying J. Cole should speak out and everything
Like
like that.
No Name, right?
No name. No name.
Yeah.
No name. Yeah. Keep me on B's and Q's. Correct me. But yeah, no name. She said, you know, and that's another story. But anyway, she talked about J. Cole not speaking out. But my thing is this, and same thing with what he said. If I don't know about the situation, if I'm not educated, I'm gonna handle it my way. He went and walked with his people. You know what I'm saying? He went and walked with the people, talk with the people. But if him speaking out, he say some stupid shit, you're gonna be more mad about what he said. So why you trying to make him speak out? You know what I'm saying? And maybe you're trying to say he should be educated on the topic. But everybody doesn't have to speak out to fight for what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? You can do things in a different way. What she should have been worried about is how she gonna speak out and what she gonna do. If she want to speak out, let that be her, let that be that. But, he want to donate, he want to do this, that, and the third. And if he don't want to do shit, that's him. Mind your fucking business. That's my thing. Just mind your business. Do you. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody that you like speak out on it, then, hey, do that. Now, it's different. In that situation, there was no specific black person to me that had to speak out. Nobody was targeted. Nobody was directed. Black people together, united, and other races too came together with black people and talked and spoke and donated and walked and protested and everything like that. And you know what I'm saying? That was great. But for the people who ain't into, all of that and just stay quiet and everything, I don't got no problem with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no beef with you. You minded your business. And you didn't do anything in a negative light. So, hey, that's fine by me. Getting to the thick of shit ain't for everybody. It ain't. Some niggas pussy. That's just it.
I don't agree with that part.